Hey there, it's Victoria Gallagher, #1 best-selling author of Practical Law of Attraction, Align Yourself with Manifesting Conditions and Successfully Attract Your Desires. So I want to wish those of you in the United States that are getting ready to go into Thanksgiving weekend a very, very happy holiday. And even if you're not in the United States, I just want to also wish you thanks and gratitude and love and peace and abundance and all the good things. 2019 is almost over. We have a few weeks left in the shopping season to get your Christmas presents, and then it will be 2020, the new year, which is so exciting. And so many exciting things have happened this year in my life. And I want to share a few tips with you on how you can make 2020 your best year ever by becoming more magnetic. So I'm going to share a few tips with you. And I want to ask you to start off by thinking about how important are people skills? How important are your people skills? What percent of your career success, and let's just put that into terms of how much money you make, is determined by your people skills? What percent is determined by your knowledge, and what percent is determined by your people skills? And just had a cat walk in the room. You probably didn't, I don't know if it was like a ghost cat, because I don't actually see the cat. But anyway, Stanford Research Institute did a study on this, and they found that 87.5% of your success in life is determined by your people skills. Your people skills are an integral part of who you are, and your people skills are either attracting people or they are repelling people. And really, when you think about manifesting, all right, when you think of it in the simplest terms, we need people in order to manifest things, right? You need people in your business. You need people in your relationships. You need people to hire you. You need people to buy your products. Whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest, you need people. And so your people skills are absolutely important. And again, you are either attracting people or you are repelling people. And your energy is the blueprint. Your energy is your vibration. Your energy is either attracting people or repelling people based on your level of magnetism. And we're going to talk about magnetism here. Your magnetism is based largely on the quality of your communication. And we communicate with people in a number of ways that are both on a conscious level and on an unconscious level. And when I say on an unconscious level, these are things that you are communicating that you don't even realize that you are communicating, your nonverbal communication. And other people don't even realize that you're communicating on this unconscious level. But that is where they will get their sense that maybe they don't really feel good around you. Maybe they don't appreciate your energy because you might be sending signals out there that you're totally unaware of. And so in order to become more magnetic, you've got to bring into your awareness how you are communicating. And so there's a few things you can do consciously to help you out with that, to shift your energy and to start attracting instead of repelling. So this is all about becoming powerfully magnetic. So what can you do to become more powerfully magnetic? And there's actually a lot of things that you can do. So here are just a few tips that I want to give you today. Number one, I want you to start to pay attention to your body language. And another word for your body language is nonverbal communication. Believe it or not, about 85% of your communication is nonverbal. It's not what you say. It's how people are perceiving what you say based on the nonverbal communication. So even if you're not saying something with your mouth, your body is saying a lot. And people unconsciously pick up on the incongruence, and it is a total turnoff. When you are sending out one signal with your facial expression, your body, or even the tone of your voice, and you're saying something else, unconsciously people pick up on that incongruence, and it can be a turnoff, even though they may not even know why. They may not even understand it themselves. So one thing you can do, one very conscious thing you can do, is simply when you're communicating, uncross your arms and your legs. One of the very first steps to being a good communicator is to be open to what people have to say. So you want to actually come from a stance of curiosity, even if you don't agree necessarily with what they're saying. If you're not threatened by their point of view, then seek to understand. And you can demonstrate this physically by uncrossing your arms, uncrossing your legs. And this is called an open body posture. And then that's going to help people to feel that you're receptive to them, and potentially it's going to bring about that same state in them. You can actually influence the way others are responding to you by you being open first. So if you're open, you may actually invite that same level of curiosity in other people. All right, the next thing you want to consider or do is to smile, to make eye contact. All right, so for one, when you make eye contact with somebody, it shows that you are confident. But more than that, it actually helps you and the person that you're communicating with to feel connected. And after all, that is one of the most magnetic qualities that you can possibly bring about is to be connected. That makes you feel that makes you come across much more magnetic when you feel that you have some sort of a strong connection with someone. And smiling just helps people to feel comfortable around you, and it also is a confidence booster for yourself. Try it. Just even like looking in the mirror at yourself. All right. And if you put a smile on your face and you look at yourself in the mirror, it boosts your confidence. And so when you're smiling at someone else, that boosts your confidence, but it also helps that other person to feel more confident around being with you. They feel that, comfortable in your presence. All right. So those are just a couple of tips that I have as far as your nonverbal communication. There's many, many other tips that I can give you on body language and nonverbal communication, but those are my top two for today. Let's actually now look at some verbal ways that you can communicate with somebody to become more powerfully magnetic. So one of the things that you can do is simply repeat someone's name in the conversation. People absolutely love the sound of their own name. It is probably one of the most delightful sounds in the universe to that person, the sound of their name. And it just makes them feel welcome, and it makes them feel included. It shows that you care enough to remember that person's name. And it's just the sound that they are most familiar with. And after all, one of the ways to establish rapport and to become more magnetic is familiarity. We like things that we're familiar with, that feel common to us, that feel natural to us. So naturally, it's going to feel good to somebody to hear their name, and it makes them feel comfortable. And it makes you, as you say somebody's name, it turns you into a magnetic person that they want to associate with. All right, so say their name. The next verbal way that you can become more magnetic is to speak clearly so that people understand you. At this day and age, it seems like people talk very fast, and it's almost like a competition for how fast can I get this out of my mouth. And it absolutely does nothing to build rapport. Half the time people are pretending like they hear you or they understand you, and there's absolutely no reason to speak extremely fast. So slow down and think about how the words are coming across. And there's an NLP presupposition that states that the meaning of your communication is also the response you get. Okay, so you want to take responsibility for your communication, how you are communicating to someone. The feedback of what you are communicating to someone is how they respond to you. All right, and the goal of communication is for you to be able to express what's inside of you to someone else. It's to actually communicate who you are, your real being, your spirit. And so the issue is that there tends to be a gap between what you intend to say or what you're intending and what you're attempting to communicate, okay, and what is actually being received as the communication by that other person. All right, so if somebody gets the wrong message, it's really up to you to put it another way so that they understand what you are trying to communicate. It's inside of you. So it's up to you to make sure that that person heard you correctly. It's not their job to pull it out of you or to assume what they think that you're trying to articulate. It is your responsibility. And so when you're attempting to influence someone, don't get frustrated. Don't blame them if you're attempting to communicate something and it's just not getting across. Instead, change your approach, okay? So to become powerfully magnetic, it begins with having the confidence within, but it also means genuinely caring about that other person. When you do this, other people can clearly sense that you care about them, and as a result, they are attracted to your energy. So I want you to think of yourself as a powerful magnet right now. You have two sides of your personality, okay? You have one side of your personality that attracts, and you have another side of your personality which repels, all right? And your magnet does not differentiate between what is good and what is bad. It just attracts or it repels. So if you want to control what you are attracting or repelling, you have to consciously monitor your own thoughts, your own actions, your own behavior, or your own communication. And so here's just a few more ways to become magnetic. Number one, you want to make other people feel like they matter by listening more and talking less. Communication is a two-way street, but the problem with communication is that everyone loves to talk much more than they love to listen, all right? If you focus much more on being a good listener, and remember, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, all right? And that's that way for a reason. You want to work on listening twice as much as you talk. Then you become an even better communicator because you can truly respond to what was said, and the person that you're speaking with has a much better experience of you because they get that all-important need met, which is to be heard and to be understood. Next, practice acceptance and empathy by putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Empathy is the capacity to consciously share the sadness or the happiness of another person. So look for times during the conversation to say, I can understand how you would feel. I can understand how you would feel. I mean, these are very magical words. I can understand how you would feel. See the situation from their point of view, the way that they see it. It doesn't make their experience right or wrong or bad or good. It just helps you to understand them better. And it helps them to feel like someone really gets them. That's you. And that is very empowering on both ends and is very magnetic. So let's do a little visualization exercise. I want you to think of someone now who is powerfully magnetic. I'm actually going to think of that little guy over there, Mr. Velvet, who just climbed up on the couch. But anyway, I'm sure that you know people who can light up a room with their presence. They're good at building and maintaining relationships. They establish rapport quickly and easily and effortlessly. And just notice as you're visualizing this person, think about this person, okay? Notice how they behave. Notice their body movements. Notice how engaged they seem to be. Notice the sincere look on their face and how they maintain eye contact. Notice their vocal tone and the quality of their speech and their vocal inflection. Notice the way that you feel about yourself when you're around this person. And most likely, you feel like a better person. You feel good. Otherwise, if you did not feel good, you would not want to spend more time being around this person. So now take this visualization a step further and think of yourself behaving in that same way, in such a way that makes you seem more magnetic to others. So what is just one thing that you can do to make people feel more comfortable around the real you? Even if it's a smile, or something that you're doing with your body, uncrossing your arms and legs. It could be that you really take the time to listen and to empathize with this person. So I want you just to allow yourself to visualize yourself doing that one thing now, okay? Take a deep breath. Good. All right. So becoming powerfully magnetic really comes down to your people skills. And we just went over several different people skills that you can develop. And it also comes from your genuine desire to want to connect with people, want to make them feel good about themselves. And the more that you can simply show a genuine interest in being helpful to them in some way, be it listening empathetically to them, offering to be of service to them in some way, offering a genuine smile, the more that you create that desire in others to want to be around you. True magnetism is going to make all the difference between being a truly successful person in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in all areas, or being someone who struggles in life. So I've given you a ton of tips here on becoming powerfully magnetic over the last 18 minutes or so. I hope that you found them really helpful. And so here's what you can do right now to actually take this and apply it into your life. Number one, go ahead and make a list of all of your best qualities and reflect on those qualities. Number two, practice the skills of personal magnetism by paying more attention to your body language. Number three, practice some of the communication techniques that I shared with you, like repeating someone's name, listening intently, being empathetic. And finally, number four, and I'm going to make this all really, really easy for you because this week for Black Friday, I am giving away an absolutely free meditation called Become Powerfully Magnetic for you to download. And in that meditation, there is a little bit longer visualization that helps you to become more magnetic. It's about 20 minutes long. It's super easy to follow, and you can get that by visiting the link that I'm going to put in this live here. And you can get that by going to hiptalk.clickfunnels.com/Black Friday. And the link is actually here in this message. So go ahead and click on that link, get yourself a free copy of Becoming Powerfully Magnetic. And you can, once again, you can get that by visiting the link hiptalk.clickfunnels.com/Black Friday. And I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. And even if you're not celebrating, I always like to wish people Thanksgiving, whether you're in Europe or in Australia, wherever you are, happy Thanksgiving. And you know, just be thankful for what you have in your life. And I'm thankful for you following me and listening to me and supporting me and doing all the things that you have done for my life, so that I can spread the good word about law of attraction and helping people to grow themselves, to become a vibrational match to somebody who's in alignment with all the successful desires and achievements and dreams and goals that they have for themselves. I love being a part of that process for you. And so I thank you for allowing me to be part of that process in your life. And I also hope that you find some amazing, amazing deals on Black Friday. So have a wonderful day, a wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful Black Friday, a wonderful weekend and holiday season. And if I don't see you before, then happy holidays and happy new year. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.